ready to rumble. On what is an absolutely perfect night, we welcome you to Danville, Indiana. We've got girls soccer for you, presented by Endeavor Communications here on the ISC Sports Network. Cascade comes in at 5-2 on the season, while Danville 6-2-2 on the campaign. And remarkably, each of these two teams just have 2 weeks of regular season play left to go before the soccer sectionals begin as the calendar flips from September to October. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thrilled to join you tonight on the ISC Sports Network. In our match, a service of Endeavor Communications. Internet speeds up to a gig. You can learn more when you go to weendeavor.com. For this Cascade team, their team has been paced by Anna Burns during the course of this season. She has 7 of their 12 goals on the campaign for Cascade. For Danville, they are led by the French sisters, the senior in Maya, the sophomore in Sylvie. And to give you an idea as to the combination play that those two can produce on a game-by-game basis, Danville scored 9 times in a win against Crawfordsville last week. Well, the French sisters combined to have 5 of those goals. This Danville teaming, and this is a non-conference game. Cascade, a part of the Indiana Crossroads Conference. Danville, at least for one more season, a member of the Sagamore Conference. Danville comes in at 4-0 in conference play with still 3 more conference tilts left to go before the season comes to an end. Frankly, the game that likely decides who wins the Sagamore is next week. The game that we showed you last year between Tri-West and Danville. The return fixture is at Tri-West, or as they would say in Danville, the school up north, up State Road 39, and that match will take place on Wednesday. So it is Cascade in the white tops and the blue shorts. It is Danville in the all-maroon kits for today's contest. Again, the weather is absolutely sublime at temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Just enough of a breeze to keep you cool, but not exactly have an impact on today's match. This is the first of 2 Danville soccer matches we'll have for each of the next 2 Thursdays on the ISC Sports Network. Again, presented by our friends at Endeavor Communications. Next Thursday, it'll be the Danville boys playing host to Frankfort, again in Sagamore Conference play. Zoe Weineken is the goalkeeper for Cascade. She's allowed 11 goals in 7 matches this season. She's had 3 clean sheets and had 55 saves on the season. Ainsley Engel, Anna Burns, Grace Trump, Ava Allen, Credence Chittenden, Trinity Reitzel, McKenna Potters, Caitlin Russell, Autumn Chatton, and Kate Gudig round out the starting lineup for head coach Jeff Franklin of this Cascade program. Danville is coached by Mia Wallace. If you're not familiar with high school soccer, we'll play 2 40-minute halves. We will count this down. We'll have a 10-minute halftime in between. We expect a good one here today. Chittenden, who has 3 goals and 3 assists on the season. The 3 assists lead Cascade on the year. Wearing the captain's armband. She's standing over top of this one. A 4-1-3-2 will be employed by Cascade from a formational standpoint today, and we are underway here at Danville High School. French quickly trying to play this one to Melina Ane. This is a relatively young Danville side. 4 seniors that you'll see in different roles today. Sylvie French, the sophomore, the younger of the 2 French sisters. And immediately a shot on goal and a follow-up and a goal. That took all of 35 seconds. It's Winsley Dorsey that finds the back of the net. So Dorsey, the lone freshman that suits up for Danville on the rebound effort. And Danville out to a 1-0 advantage. It's a Danville team that has not played since Monday. They played Monrovia to a 1-1 draw. Only losses this season to Avon, and again, that's obviously a sizable step up in competition. Avon playing in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, and a 3-2 loss at Greencastle at the end of August. The draw against Monrovia had snapped a streak of 3 consecutive wins for Coach Wallace's Warriors. And that one just across the touchline. Throw in coming for the Cadets. And these 2 county rivals, but Not conference rivals. Of course, the conference future for Danville is a bit up in the air, given the fact that they, Tri-West, and Lebanon are all kind of looking for a new affiliation at the end of this academic year. Long ball chance here for Cascade. Keeper likes to stay on her line. That touch last by a Cascade player. So a throw-in coming here. Again, it'll maintain Cascade possession. Ava Allen on the restart for Cascade. She's got a goal and 2 assists on the season. I cannot begin to describe, if you're not here, if you're watching this from somewhere outside of the area today, just again, how absolutely gorgeous the weather conditions are here for this match, and frankly, what it's been like for the last several days here in central Indiana. I was talking to a friend of mine in Phoenix before making the way out here to the match this afternoon, and we were joking about the cooler temperatures he expected midweek next week, as in getting it down to 99 degrees. Let's hope that we are done with those days here. Keeper sliding out, could have played there with her hands, but didn't. Now leaves an open net, and this shot couldn't get through a defender. Follow-up try again, ricochets off a defender, but this one will finally trickle across, and that will be a goal, and now we will stop the clock to check on the keeper injury. So the keeper was down. Again, because of where that ball was, you really couldn't kind of stop the play.
You didn't see that. He hasn't called me out yet.
We'll take a look here. Again, keeper stayed down, and again, there was never really a chance for the ball to vacate or clear. Let's hope that Winnikin is okay. And she appears to be able to soldier through this. A little kind of insult to injury there as that ball plays off a defender. And so it's a second goal for Danville less than 3 minutes in. And again, Winnikin has played every minute of every match so far this year in goal. So if for some reason she would not be able to continue, you would think they would need to take or add a shirt to a field player, bring a player off the bench that may not necessarily be a trained keeper for this Cascade squad. Switch the attack to find Shelby Harvey. Harvey the junior cuts this back and sends this in. Sylvie French loses possession to Anna Burns. Burns, one of the attacking midfielders for this Cascade squad. Now Simon will just kind of punt this one. And again, keeper didn't read it properly, but nobody from Danville was there to really put that in any sort of tough position. So the bobble doesn't come back to haunt the Cadets. Julia Simon, again, wearing a captain's armband, one of the seniors that you're seeing on the field for Danville tonight. Reference the fact that Danville has already picked up 4 conference wins. One of those was against Western Boone last week. Pressure applied by Ane. Tried to slide it through 2 defenders, couldn't do that, but that ball will roll across the byline for our first corner kick of the match. Ane had the lone goal for Danville in the 1-1 draw against Monrovia on Monday, and she'll take the corner here. Good bending ball here, headed down. And again, a couple of defenders having a tough time clearing it. It's been a bit of a shooting gallery inside the 6 on a couple of different tries for Danville. A little more clearance. In ball sent back in, and nothing comes of it. That was Jamie Heffley from the right back position for Danville. But again, her job on that one was simply to try to direct that ball back towards the 6 and see if a teammate could latch on to it. Danville again on the front foot here in the early going. And Ane providing a little pressure, but Winnikin was able to quickly snag that one. Winnikin, a sophomore for this Cascade team. We've got several seniors that are on the pitch for the Cadets. Ane again. French wants it at a spot. Ane couldn't read it to her in stride, but she was kept onside by one of the center backs that had dropped back for Cascade. Long distance opportunity, didn't get much on it. Could Baylor Myers, who had 3 assists in that victory against Crawfordsville a week ago. And that's going to be I think a handball going to be called against one of the defenders for Danville. And now the trainer is being called on, so again we stop the clock. As Winnikin will need to be checked. So Winnikin's been moving the entire time since that second Danville goal. But Winnikin, I think, has told the trainer, hey, I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out. Well, maybe not. Let's see. She just grabbed the water bottle, and that might be it. So we'll see what Coach Franklin might have up his sleeve in terms of having to pull another player and put in the goalkeeping position. Got a total of 9 players that are in uniform on the bench. And that looked rather innocuous. You just really couldn't tell. And looks like that Dayla Mansfield will be brought in. Now, I'm not sure that means that she's going to go in goal for Cascade. This may be kind of a, who wants it moment. Take another look here. Again, you could technically call that an own goal against Cascade if you want to give credit to the last Danville player that made contact with it. It would be Dorsey, who got the opening goal for Danville. They'll get credit for that second goal for the Warriors. But this one is not exactly going the way that Coach Franklin had hoped it would. That's Katie Gudig, one of the senior defenders, and she's getting the gloves on. So it'll be Katie that'll be asked to kind of fill the void. And again, she's used to playing along that back line. You see Anna Burns meeting with Coach Franklin, trying to figure out from a strategic standpoint, what exactly can you dial up here when you're down 2 goals and you unfortunately make a goalkeeper change 6 minutes in due to injury. I hate to see that for Winnikin. Hate to see that for any player. And her stats have been pretty impressive so far this year. And the 2 losses so far for Cascade, they lost their last time out to Greencastle. That too is one of the losses that Danville has had this season. That match was played on Saturday. And Cascade lost to Monrovia in the I-70 series, their biggest rival. Across the interstate and across the county line, 6-1. So again, not the full goalkeeper gear, but obviously you can tell the difference with the extra jersey added. So restart coming here for Cascade. Keeper says, I'm ready. Official says we are too. And off we go. So clock now rolling. It's Vela Mansfield that does have a goal this year. Senior reserve came on to make sure it was 11 here for Cascade. Looks like Gudig, it may not take long for her to be tested by this Danville team that's been on the attack since the very beginning. See if Ane has a hit from distance. She does, and for Gudig, that's exactly the ball you want to see. A ball from distance right at you that didn't have any traffic in front. That's what you want your first touch to be. And again, she's obviously warmed up. She's been in the game, but Gudig doing a good job of responding well. And as a goalkeeper, the worst mistake you can make is one of inactivity. You are usually rewarded for being the aggressor and going out and getting the ball, which Gudig was in that case. You can tell she's not used to that drop kick. She may like to play a little bit more with her feet than you would see most keepers do. But it's a game effort by her nonetheless. Good-looking ball here that finds Harvey for Danville. Danville with a 2-goal lead already has the luxury of hitting the reset button a little bit here and trying to space things out from a possession standpoint. Good take by Harvey, trying to cut it back in. Nice one-touch ball that's off the post. Ane scores again, but they're going to wave that one off. They're going to wave that one off for contact, I believe. Yep. Not sure if it's offside or simply kind of contact with the keeper, but no goal there for Danville. AR put his flag up, and again, couldn't tell if that was Ane in an offside position or exactly what the infraction was, but wave off the tally for the Warriors. And obviously, your typical restarts and kind of goalkeeper clearances are going to be a little dicey now with Winnikin out of this game for Cascade. And obviously, you're going to be a little disorganized at the back as well with pulling Gudig, one of your senior defenders, kind of out of that rotation. Ane, side netting. This Danville team will turn around and play again coming up on Saturday morning when they take on Covenant Christian. And they have 5 more regular season matches left to go to the Warriors. Now you see Gudig electing to have a fellow back take that kick. And again, that's not uncommon at the high school level, potentially not to have your goalkeeper take those restarts. French will find Myers. Now Harvey and Burns with the read. And Burns is trying to kind of power her way through Simon. But then Heffley. Good one touch by Harvey. Ball finds the feet of Maya French. Switch the attack to Ane. Ane's already had a hit from distance, has another one, and what a goal that was. So make that 3. So Ane gets the strike. And it's 3 in 10 minutes for Danville. So from just outside of the 18, and again, perhaps your usual keeper makes that stop. That was not an easy one to shot. An easy one to stop, I should say. So Ane, the sophomore. And Ane and Sylvie French of this team, just sophomores. I mean, this Danville squad is going to be pretty good for some time. So a rough start for the Cadets, and again, Cascade knew they'd be in for a challenge against Danville today. Defender couldn't make the clearance there, and Autumn Chatton, just a freshman, getting the start for Cascade today. Danville already has Sophie Wilson standing where we normally say by the 4th official, but by Jason Porter, our camera operator, down there on the field. He'll serve as the official substitution check-in point during the course of today's match. Job by Harvey to close that one down for Danville. Most of the possession for Cascade short-lived at this juncture. French plays this ahead to the younger of the two in Sylvie. And a throw in coming here for the Cadets. As always, I want to thank Amy Harvey, the Director of Athletics here at Danville, for inviting us out to be a part of the action today here at Danville. Had the pleasure of bringing you a couple of home football games so far. Got another one coming up next Friday night when the Warriors play host to Southmont. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock on the ISC Sports Network and our social media outlets where you're watching tonight's action from as well. Throw in coming. And now subs being waved back in, and the good news is for Cascade, Winnikin will return, so that is very good to see. So Mansfield will check out, and Goodig will ditch the gloves and ditch the penny as well there. There you go. Now she'll return to her normal center back position. And it won't be easy for Cascade to come back in this one, but a little more feeling of a usual alignment now for the Cadets. Dorsey just kind of buzzing around the ball for Danville. Long distance ball here, opportunity. Got between two of the backs. Bouncing ball that Cascade couldn't get to. Simon swept it sideways. Ava Allen was the player that was closest to it. The throw in coming here for the Cadets. Danville restarts that, excuse me. Kind of really the second spell of possession we have seen, and player was onside there for Cascade, but the turf bounce kind of got in the way, and that will be a throw in just next to the corner flag for Danville. As we said, Sophie Wilson was ready to check in for the Warriors and did so. Reitzel knocks it forward. Grace Trump trying to make a move against the Danville defender, Sarah Oliver. Because the possession has been relatively short-lived for Cascade, we have not had a chance to mention many of the backline players for Danville. They really haven't been tested that much, if at all, yet in this game. Now with Cascade throwing some numbers forward here, Danville's got a little few to deal with at the back. Still 3v5 here from the Danville perspective. And French cuts back around one. Flattens it out for the second one. Harvey quickly finds Dorsey. French tries a blast from 20 yards that doesn't get through. And again, because Danville committed numbers forward, now Cascade's got an opportunity to counter. Burns held up for a moment and played it left side to Allen. Now Oliver will race back and will play that back to her keeper. A little nervy ball there from the Danville perspective, but Cascade won't do enough to kind of punish that one. Now Mansfield will re-enter at the next stoppage in play for Cascade. Chittenden looking to make the turn, and that will be a Danville throw-in. You can hear the instructions being given from Jeff Franklin. I really enjoyed chatting him up via email and here in person before today's game. Tremendously gracious with his time. We always appreciate that. And we need ourselves another soccer ball as that one headed somewhere towards the practice field. One has been retrieved and will restart momentarily. sprawling athletic complex they have here at Danville Community Schools, and we're lucky we get to be here for football, soccer, basketball, and baseball throughout the course of the year. And Danville tends to win in pretty much all of those sports. They do quite well athletically here in Hendricks County. So Mansfield now will return. Trump will exit. Just her third match of the season, and you can tell she's wearing a bit of a kind of a knee/lower leg sleeve, so she may be on a little bit of a minutes restriction. Myers will steer it back in. Harvey, the one touch to Dorsey, who's had a hand in the first 2 goals for Danville in this game. Good hold-up play by French. That's Sylvie, the sophomore. Harvey sends it right back to her, and right idea, just couldn't control it off of her boot. And Winnikin will go track down the loose ball, which will allow another substitution to come on for Danville as Hayden Heffley will enter. Talked about Jamie, the senior, Hayden, a junior. In today's match, a service of Endeavor Communications, and they thank you for watching today's presentation of girls high school soccer. Proud to be a part of this local event. Wish all the athletes good luck during this competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications, committed to helping our local communities thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit weendeavor.com. Burns, good ball here, and an onside ball as well. As Chittenden had got that one shy the midfield stripe. She goes ahead and lets fire on that one, and that's one where you think she's looking for somebody else to make kind of a corresponding run with her, and she immediately after kind of sending that one towards goal, kind of looked to her left shoulder and said, hey, somebody come with me. But the right idea by the counter on Cascade. Another long distance ball that you simply hope a teammate can latch on to, but Walls will snag down at the edge of the 18. Two really good supporting runs being rained here by Danville. Here's Heffley. And Gudig, who has had an interesting day already with going from center back to keeper. Back to a center back roll over to sweep that one away. Got some help from McKenna Potters over there as well. Good job by Dorsey to flick that one forward. Now Harvey cuts it back. That was a ball to an area, hoping a teammate would find it. They did not, and Danville will maintain the possession. I thank both Mia Wallace and Mike Birdsell, head coach and assistant coach for Danville, for their assistance in getting us ready for this game this afternoon and evening. The throwing coming for Danville, their substitution coming on. Danville going to work in maybe some of their younger players here. So Avery Watson, freshman listed on the JV roster, will come in and get some minutes here, as Maya French will have a seat. Like we said, Danville has another match coming up in less than 48 hours. For Cascade. They're now off until Monday. And they will take on Southmont. French. Again, Dorsey got a boot to it, but Winnikin quickly springs off her line and tracks that one down. Well, obviously we are thrilled to bring you this type of football from a Cascade perspective, but look forward to seeing the Cadets on the gridiron twice in the last 3 weeks of the season. We'll have their game at Owen Valley coming up on Friday night. And we'll also see them in action in the season finale against South Putnam. Of course, Chuck Sorrell's team, one of the better teams in 1A these last few years. Forward to bringing you both of those free to view on the ISC Sports Network, courtesy of our friends at Endeavor Communications. Here's Jamie Heffley. Baylor Myers now quick to pounce on that for Danville. She'll have a hit from distance, and Winnikin snares that one. So as you can tell, she's not exactly 100%, but obviously makes life a lot easier for Cascade in goal when she is back there. I'm not sure you say Cascade has kind of found their footing in this match yet, but they've at least stemmed the tide for now after Danville scored 3 times in the first 10 minutes. French has a hit, doesn't get all the way through. Now Wilson trying to fight her way through traffic. Great job by our official to get out of the way and not stop play by the ball making contact with our referee. Another hit from distance, but Myers' attempt wasn't close to being on frame. Same thing for Simon, as she will sky this one up and over the bar and frankly through the uprights as well.
Combine the ball. Stop taking shots. Combine the ball.
You know, I'm the solo announcer, but we have our sidelines so well mic'd, you can hear what the coaches are telling players so intentionally. I very much laid out there so you could hear what Coach Wallace had to say, and I'm not sure that needs further explanation, but quite good in saying, you know, no need to blast away from 20 yards. String some passes together, what Coach Wallace wants to see. And that'll be a foul against Cascade, yep. Dorsey's speed certainly evident as Mansfield going to reach down and grab Dorsey as she sped by her. Now Simon will send some numbers forward. And she has a hit from distance, and that would have been spectacular. Winnikin with an outstanding save, but that was a heck of a hit by Julia Simon. And again, with the football yard markers available to us, we can specifically tell you that one was from 31 yards out. That would have been on frame if Winnikin had not made the save. And again, in 7 matches, she has made 55 of those this year, and obviously she has added to that total today. Maya French will come on. Sylvie French will have a brief break in the action. Second trip to the corner flag. Harvey, good service here, got all the way through. Maya French just couldn't keep that one on frame. Mansfield couldn't track that down in time. And Winnikin did a good job of hitting that one to an area where the Danville players weren't congregated, but she and Mansfield not on the same page. And most of this match has been contested right in the area in which you are seeing now. Gudick just kind of blast that ball forward. Swept sideways by the Cadets, and throw in coming here for Danville. Olivia Whitaker, freshman, will head to the midfield stripe, and she'll enter the fray for Cascade when given the opportunity. Going to give away that time by Danville, and now Whitaker will come on for Cascade. It's Reitzel that will come off for Cascade, and she exits with a little hitch in the giddy up as well. Good work by Chittenden. You've seen some moments at the back for Cascade. I don't think today's going to be their day for long spells of possession, but because Danville has committed some numbers forward, kind of leaves the door for Cascade at the back. They've not been able to really put the opposing goal on threat at any point in this match just yet. They had scored 12 times in 7 matches coming in. A collision, but nothing offered there, and a throw-in now coming for Danville. Good read by French. Works that ball around Whitaker. But Ainsley Engel there for the Cadets. Engel plays that holding midfielder role in the 4-1-3-2 that Cascade trots out in today's match. Right idea by Danville, just a bit too much on that one. And Potter's able to smack that back towards midfield. Here's Burns. Now Sarah Oliver. Good toe poke to find her teammate in Wilson. Wilson a quick look up to find French. And Wilson. I think that was somewhere between a shot and a cross that time. And now Ane, who had the third and what is latest tally for Danville, will return. And Avery Watson, who got some time up on the varsity, will retreat. I'm sure we'll see her again at some point in time. Six behind the ball here for Cascade. Myers. Over to Wilson. Wilson just a sophomore. Good job to keep that in play, and that ball was maybe made a little bit more dicey than it needed to be from a Cascade perspective. French. And that's hitting that ball to the back post, thinking a teammate might make a run there, but nothing doing. Winnick certainly has had an active first half for Cascade. Just joining us, Danville scored less than 30 seconds in and scored another goal approximately 2 minutes later. And that was the goal that got Winnick banged up, and she would exit the match about 3 minutes later. She'd come back after a handful of minutes. And both these teams have been relatively neutral since that third goal was scored. They've been sitting on 3-0 for about the last 20 minutes of this one. Taylor Trusty will join the action for Cascade when given the opportunity. And that's going to be a foul that has been called, and now another Cascade player is down across the way. So the trainer going to be waved on here. As the clock stops, some 30 minutes into this first half. So second injury that Cascade has to deal with here in this first half. Matt Redmond is the trainer on duty today for Danville, that's taking care of players on both sides, and obviously he has had to be a little bit more active than he would have hoped to in this match today. And once again, Coach Franklin will have to make the walk across the field to Check and make sure his player is doing all right. So the Cascade players kind of huddle up there as you see on your screen. The Danville players have made their way over to their sideline and kind of treating this as a bit of a hydration break. They have been controlling the tempo from the moment this match started. We mentioned this off the start of the broadcast that just a couple of weeks from now it'll be postseason time for each of these two teams. Players will learn whom they are playing in the postseason. The draw show for the IHSA, both boys and girls soccer pairings, comes your way next Sunday night. Good to see the Cascade player that was injured is up. That is Ainsley Engel. It is the player that will be walked back to the bench to make sure that she is okay. I believe I saw Autumn Chatton head back onto the field for Cascade to make sure that they are at full strength. And a restart will ensue momentarily. Cascade will take this restart as a chance to throw a few numbers forward here. As again, Burns, the leading goal scorer with 7 on the season, will direct this one back in. She's got 3 targets up top, 6 behind the ball as we do a quick head count to make sure that all teams are fully accounted for. We are back and underway here in Danville. Whitaker hustles to it for Cascade. But then Dorsey sweeps it away from her. And everybody was behind the ball for Danville, so no outlet for Ane. And keeper eventually gets to it off her line for the Warriors. But all the activity she's been needed for so far in this match, officially 1 save so far for Danville. Here's Harvey. French couldn't track that down in time. Whitaker's touch was just a bit off. By the way, Alexa Rodriguez will check in for Cascade at the next opportunity. Charlie McGrath, one of the 2 players that ready to re-enter when given the chance for the Warriors. It'll be her debut in the game. Here's French. Trying to work around one defender. Wilson got past one, not a second. So Sylvie French will come back on. Winsley Dorsey will have a seat. And Sophie Wilson exits. Mansfield heads back to the sidelines for Cascade. Throw-in coming now for the Cadets. Ava Allen, the target for Cascade. Now Chittenden, in 3 goals and 3 assists, and good speed here down the right side. She's got a teammate to her left in Allen. Tries to play it across back post, but Allen couldn't get there in time. But Chittenden has shown that she's got the ability to get past defenders. Now she just needs somebody to make the corresponding run with her and get to that spot to put the keeper in a bit of trouble. Here's French. Now first touch for McGrath. And a chance with a 3-goal early lead for Danville to work some of their younger players into this one. Ane. Good ball here. Winnikin able to quickly track it down. Now Burns will give chase. And a throw in coming here. As we approach 6 minutes left to go in half number 1. Burns, just a little errant on the pass. With a few more openings starting to happen in the midfield here now for Cascade. Chittenden couldn't track it down, and now she is slow to get up off the turf. And this has been a bit of a grind here for Cascade. And again, we'll stop the clock due to injury for a 3rd time here in the match. Sophia Adams will come on to replace Olivia Whitaker. We saw Winnikin return. Have yet to see Engel back in the game after trainer to come out to check on her. Let's hope that Chittenden is all right. So both teams will huddle up. Danville will kind of clear off towards their sideline, and Cascade giving Chittenden plenty of space to be checked again by the trainer here for Danville. And so frankly, of the 3 players that have kind of sustained a knock in today's game, she is the one that seems to be kind of hampered the most, and she'll go right to the trainer's table, which is just next to the home team bench. And again, the good news for Cascade is that they've got a few days to rest after this one. They seemingly are going to need it. So Burns will take the throw in. And we have resumed the clock rolling here as we approach halftime. As the shadows just starting to creep across the field here at Warrior Stadium. That one swept to the side by the Cadets. Throw in coming here for Danville. Quickly McGrath hustling over to take that for the Warriors. French trying to beat Burns the spot, just couldn't get past her, but quickly wins it back. Simon. French maybe just a bit too eager on sending that one towards the near post. Now Harvey. Good run here. Right ball. Ane can latch on to it, but Winnikin cuts off the angle. Even on those balls that on the goal clearance are 40, 50 yards away, it seemingly is not long before Danville can kind of latch onto those and quickly restart the attack. Good cut back here. French points to a spot. Ball just a little in front of her. And then again, McGrath, understandably so as a freshman, a little nervous about that when he tried to tap that one. And you're okay to give that one more of a hit or a couple of touches and walk in a little closer on goal. Sophie Wilson awaits to sub back in and given the chance for Danville as we approach the 3-minute mark left before halftime. It's been all Warriors in this one, 3-0. Winsley Dorsey a factor in a couple of goals. Melina Ane getting the third from just outside of the 18. Throw in coming here for Cascade. And let's thank our friends at Endeavor Communications. I want to thank you for watching our presentation of girls high school soccer today. Proud to be a part of this local event. Wish all the athletes good luck during the competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local communities thrive. For more information about the communities we serve and services we offer, visit weendeavor.com. Throw in coming. Myers, good job to kind of follow that up. Allen makes the turn. And Adams had it for a moment for Cascade. And there's Myers. Sprawling effort by Winnikin, able to stay on top of it. As you can see, Myers' effort wasn't on frame, but Winnikin does not have that luxury. He's going to stop it regardless. And match has been largely parked in this end of the field. We've not seen a change in that scoreboard in the last 28 plus minutes. Might there be one more here for Danville before we get to the halftime intermission. See if French has a hit from distance. She does, and not a bad effort from there. And Winnikin's best save may have been on the free kick from a little more than 30 yards out by Julia Simon earlier in the half. Clock rolling and Cascade not exactly in a huge hurry to restart this one. I'll be looking forward to the halftime intermission to kind of regroup to some degree. Ane wins that ball away from Russell. She has a hit, but again, not on frame. I think to some degree when you're playing beat the clock as you are here, you understand kind of that long distance blast. You hear the countdown taking place behind us, and Winnikin says that's enough of that. And with that, we will step aside as well. Well, the goals came early for Danville. Again, Dorsey played a part in 2 of them in the first 3 minutes. And Ane from distance got a third a handful of minutes later. Our score through 40 minutes of soccer, it is Danville 3 and Cascade 0. Halftime comes your way next on ISC.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. and fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click weendeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today. Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click weendeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
You know what is absolutely a Chamber of Commerce night wherever you might be in central Indiana, but especially in Hendricks County. It is all Danville in this one. They scored 3 times in the opening 10 minutes, and they have largely been on cruise control since that time, leading Cascade by a score of 3-0. Again, Winsley Dorsey had the first goal and a rebound follow-up 30 seconds in. And again, I would give her credit for the second goal as well. She was the last Danville player to get a boot to it, kind of caromed off a couple of Cascade defenders with an open net because of a goalkeeper unfortunately being injured in Zoe Winnikin. Winnikin left the match for a while. Defender Kate Gooding went back to play goal for about, or keeper I should say, for about 5 to 7 minutes. And during that time, Melina Ane tucked one past her inside the near post. It's been 3-0 since that time, and for the last 30 minutes, again, Danville has controlled possession. They've taken several shots, really only once truly threatened on goal. That was that long-distance blast from Simon that Winnikin was able to make the sprawling save and lift that up and over the bar. Upcoming Danville broadcast on the ISC Sports Network. We're back here for soccer coming up next Thursday when the Frankfort boys visit Danville in a conference rivalry game. Next Friday night, we will be here for football as well. Southmont makes a visit to Warrior Stadium for that one. And again, future dates to be determined. One more home football game against Western Boone on October the 6th. As far as Cascade is concerned, we'll see their football team twice in the final 3 weeks of the regular season. We'll make the trip with them to see Owen Valley. Of course, Owen Valley last year coached by Rob Gibson. These days, Rob is just down the road in Avon. OV will play host to Cascade coming up on September the 29th. And Cascade will play host to South Putnam on October the 13th. We'll have both those games for you on the ISC Sports Network. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with some first half highlights and second half thoughts. 3-0. Danville leads Cascade. Back in a moment. Presented by Endeavor Communications. You're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today. Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
A look back at our highlights from half number one. Again, everything controlled by Danville. It did not take long. Sylvie French plays the ball in. Dorsey's first shot is stopped, but again, defenders could not get to the spinning ball. And Winsley Dorsey, the lone freshman in terms of those that started today for Danville, got the goal. That made it 1-0 Warriors. Less than a minute in. Again, the next sequence of events, obviously you got to start with the fact that the keeper came up a bit injured on this dive. And again, because there was really no stopping the action, you couldn't just stop with the ball in the six. You had to let the play finish out. And so without a keeper in the mix, that made it a little easy for Danville to capitalize on this one. And again, Ane, this is when Winnikin was out of the match. Again, Gudig, normally a defender, was back. Gamely playing the goalkeeper position, but Ane had a bit more of an easy look, trying to tuck that inside that near post. And again, this all happened in the first 10 minutes, and it's 3-0. To Cascade's credit, though, they have shut the door ever since. And again, Winnikin clearly has been the most active of players because of a rather constant bombardment of shots so far in this match from Danville. And again, her best work is this right here. Outstanding work to sweep that one away to keep this a 3-goal lead. So we're going to score at the break. Danville 3, Cascade 0. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back. Second half action presented by Endeavor Communications comes your way next as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today. Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Want to thank our outstanding ISC Sports Network crew. Thanks to Vince Morales, Jordan Shue, Nick Rice, Alex Laverne, and Jason Porter. In today's broadcast, a service of Endeavor Communications. I want to thank you for watching today's presentation of girls soccer. Proud to be a part of this local event and wish the athletes the best of luck during this competition. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local community thrive. For more information about the services and the communities that we help to make thrive in West Central Indiana, log on to weendeavor.com. Teams will flip ends of the field. And I'm kind of watching this to see, again, there were 3 different injuries that caused a stoppage of the clock in the first half. And good to see that 2 of those players are back on the pitch for Cascade. You can't see them from that camera shot, but they're back out there, believe me. That's some of our wonderful drone work we have done in days gone by here at Danville to show you how pretty this complex is. But good to see Credence Chittenden is back out there. She had the ankle injury. She had a bit of a retape from the training staff. She's going to play. Winnikin has already returned. You see her on the screen. Player that has not come back on the pitch, and at this point you kind of think she probably won't, would be Ainsley Engel. She was kind of the second player that was hurt of the 3 that took a bit of a bump in that first half. And while she is on the bench with her teammates, and she's on the bench and not back out there. We are back and ready to roll for half number 2, and we thank you for spending part of your Thursday evening with us here in the ISC Sports Network. Just out of the reach of Shelby Harvey. Throw-in coming here for Cascade. And matches remaining for Danville. They'll play at Covenant Christian on Saturday. They'll host Lebanon for senior night. So their final home match here on this field is, at least in regular season play, is set for Monday night. Momentary opportunity for Alexa Rodriguez for Cascade, but Danville closes that down quickly. Now they'll try to go defense to offense here. Here's Ane. Quick one touch from French. Ane now uses that speed to get to the edge of the 18, but could not get back to the ball in time. Across the byline it goes, and a goal kick coming for Cascade. Final 3 on the road, at Tri-West, at Martinsville, and at Frankfort. And by the way, that game at Frankfort will be televised by our friends at the Hot Dog Network. Kurt Darling and John Cupo will have that call for you. That coming up in a couple of weeks. That is a girls and boys doubleheader. You should be able to watch both of those games. Same place you're watching now on the ISC Sports Network. Ane got ahead to it, but just able to kind of sky that one for Winnikin to quickly track down. And kind of where that back line has been parked for Danville in the first half is about where they are in the second half, too. They're just facing the opposite direction. The back 3 have largely been able to kind of just stand back there as a wall. There's been a couple of times where Cascade has broken through, especially Chittenden down the right side, but French's ball towards Dorsey. Knocked away. We reference the schedule remaining for Danville. We'll get you Cascade's remaining games here in a matter of moments. They play at Southmont on Monday, host Northview on Wednesday, and they finish up with Ritter and Speedway. Opportunity. Needs to sweep that ball back by Cascade for a moment. Now Harvey tried to find Ane on the back post. Ane will head it down. And Danville's been a little eager sometimes when there's plenty of chances for an extra touch or 2, an extra pass or 2. Again, it's not like they are being threatened in terms of a victory at this point, but there's still some things that I'm sure Mia Wallace will be pointing out to her ladies before they take on Covenant Christian coming up on Saturday morning. Weather for that looks just as glorious as it has been here tonight in Winnikin. Quickly out to snag that one. And she is playing with, looks like she had a little bit of a of a thigh wrap on that left side where she got hurt early in the match. I'm not sure if training was planned for Cascade tomorrow, but maybe a rest and recovery day for the cadets, given some of the injuries they've dealt with in tonight's match. Harvey just couldn't get the touch on that one the way she had hoped. French. Goody quickly boots that ball away. Rodriguez trying to track it down for the cadets. And that will be a foul against Rodriguez. Good work by Hayden Heffley. Hayden came on as a substitute in today's match, but saw good minutes in half number one. Now Sarah Oliver will steer this in. Ane, French. French cuts it back, and there's a good build-up. And again, Myers has a hit, just didn't get everything she wanted to on it. But the build-up that time a little more extensive for the Warriors. There's Jamie Heffley, and she, Julia Simon, Micah Baxter, and Maya French, the four seniors here on the varsity level. Good speed being shown by Mansfield for Cascade. And then Mansfield and Heffley got tied up. You heard the referee say, play on, keep going. Those balls where Cascade can show their speed has been their best opportunity in tonight's match. Allen. And again, Mansfield. To say she's offside would be a bit of an understatement. When you're playing on a football field, it makes it a little bit easier to tell that. When you're 5 yards offside, you could tell that from the moon. Flag goes up. Restart coming for Danville. So here's Simon. It's the fact that we get to be here at Danville for multiple sports during all 3 seasons. Giveaway here. But Burns has it quickly swept back away by Heffley. But just a little more aggression up top now for Cascade, which is good to see. Allen plays that off of Simon. Cascade starting to pounce on a couple of mistakes now at the back for Danville. Now, because they threw numbers forward, a little more space to operate here for the Warriors. Simon couldn't get it to Dorsey. And again, you hear Coach Franklin pass along some instructions, same as Mia Wallace. And now a throw-in coming here for the Cadets. They'll be here for girls basketball in December against Greencastle, doubleheader against Lebanon. Hendricks County Tournament Finals, which we did a year ago, not only on ISC, but on My Indy TV. We'll see Northview here in boys basketball as well, coming up in February. All those can be seen at iscsportsnetwork.com, the IHSAA Champions Network as well, plus ISC and Endeavor social media. Grace Trump, again, started the match, and so I think she's on a bit of a minutes limitation. She'll come out as Rodriguez exits. Now Harvey. Myers. Coach with the catch and quick distribution to restart the attack, but possession brief for Cascade. Simon, right idea, just couldn't connect with Maya French. First one of that ball played towards Shelby Harvey, a little closer to her. Kaylin Russell battling in the midfield for the Cadets. Now French. Throw incoming here for Danville. Offside position, yep. Sylvie had just drifted kind of behind that back line when that ball was touched to her by Maya. We've been sitting on this score now for 40 minutes of match action. Danville trying to pick up a 7th win of the season. And 3-match week for them. They're at Covenant Christian on Saturday. Burns. Chittenden, here's an opportunity. Burns just couldn't get there. Ball hopped over her boot. She only had 2 defenders to beat and a teammate with her if she had gotten to it. Now Ane. Ane, good looking touch, right foot. And that's as good of a look on goal as Danville has had so far in this half. And frankly, since Simon's free kick about midway through half number 2. Let's take another look. That's well done by Ane and didn't miss by much. And Ane, a sophomore. Sylvie French, a sophomore. And Dorsey, who had a hand in the first 2 goals of the night, just a freshman. It's a talented team now, but it's a team whose brightest days may be ahead of them. Harvey. French. Right idea. Just steered it wide. For Cascade, Trinity Reitzel, who started this match, will come back in. Give Mansfield a breather. Now Chittenden will kind of play more of an attacking role. She'll drop back up top. 2 at the top being played by Cascade currently. Harvey. French. Just couldn't trap it properly. Good step by Dorsey. That's the position if you're the left back you want to be in. Nobody within 25, 30 yards of you. Now Ane. She's got a couple 3 options. French has a hit, but directly at Winnicott. Good hit by Sylvie French. Just probably would have liked to put that one closer to either of the 2 posts. Kind of split the difference there. Ane. French couldn't control the ball in, but goes right back to Ane. Ane again has a hit from distance and nothing there. Goal kick coming. It's the Danville team looking for their 6th clean sheet of the season. 4 wins in those matches previously and 1 0-0 draw against Pike here on August the 29th. Avery Watson awaits to sub in when given the opportunity. And Watson, one of a couple of freshmen that got to see some extended time in the first half. French Good job to maintain some width, to leave some open space in the middle of the park. Couldn't find Dorsey on the ball. And now Watson will be waved on. And Ane will have a seat. May see Ane again, may not at this point, with a 3-goal cushion. And she now has markers in each of the last 2 matches for the Warriors. And a corner coming. Only the 3rd of the match for either of these 2 teams.
Go, Shelby.
Ball sent in. 1 touch by French. Now looking to make the turn, but just too many bodies to fight through. So Harvey recycles. Good delivery here. Just Danville could never really get a boot to it, and that ball just kind of caromed back into the midst of Winnikin. And possession has been dominated by Danville at this point. Not sure that will change in the final 25 minutes or so.
Inside, Trinity, inside.
Not the best of touches by the keeper. Cascade now throws a few more numbers forward, and good job by Chitton. She couldn't play that. She was offside. She waited for a Danville player to touch it before she kind of re-engaged. But it will be a throw-in coming to the Warriors.
Taylor, did you tell Zoe? Hey.
Once again, Simon will hit the reset button here for Danville. Burns, good looking flick here. Trump, the player closest to it. And the back line has not been asked to do a lot for Danville today, but when their number has been called, they have been up to the challenge. Kind of like right there by Heffley. She doesn't connect on that. And Trump has a chance to get in on goal. Ball hits off of Burns. Simon. Going with a long run of her own here. And now, she's going to have time to retreat because a teammate tracks onto it. Now French sees the player wide for Danville. That was Watson, I believe, that's on that far sideline. But nothing comes of it. Goal kick coming up here for Cascade. And let's thank our friends at Endeavor Communications bringing you today's match. Proud to be a part of this local event. Endeavor Communications wishes all the athletes good luck. Together with our members, Endeavor Communications is committed to helping our local communities thrive. Find out more information about the communities we serve and services we offer at weendeavor.com. Simon could have played that ball back to the keeper, but never felt threatened, even with Trump in her hip pocket. Now the ball knocked forward to Harvey. And off to smack it away, the freshman in Autumn Chatton. Throw in coming next, the corner flag for the Warriors. And midway through this second half, and nothing yet to change in this one. Danville 3 and Cascade 0. French decides to give it a go from distance, and she's of the goal-scoring caliber. She gets a little more free reign on a shot like that. Reitzel's ball doesn't get advanced very far. Good switch of the attack. See if Watson can track it down. She can't, but I like that thought. There have been some times, I think, in the match where I've talked about how Danville maybe has been a little too aggressive in terms of shots around the 18. Also been times where I think they've had the chance to switch sides of the attack and have not taken advantage of it. Harvey trying to weave her way through a defender. Just past the boot of Myers, but Winnikin didn't exactly pounce to it. Sylvie French got a boot to it, couldn't steer it on frame. Goal kick coming. Winnikin kind of taking her time to seeing what's available to her. Russell advances the ball a bit for the Cadets, but once again, Danville is there to take it away in the midfield. Myers sends it up forward. Dorsey on the cutback left foot. It's spilled and a goal. First of the half for Danville. And they scored 3 in the opening 10 minutes. It took them 50 more to find the fourth. But it is a Warriors goal to make it 4-0. Once again, Dorsey plays a big part in it. But this time it is the fellow freshman in Avery Watson. She's the third different goal scorer for Danville in this match. And you can tell that the goal scored by the freshman popular amongst her teammates on the sideline. So make it 4 with less than 19 to play. Good looking ball here. Opportunity. Reitzel. Now because Cascade had 3 going forward, 6 behind the ball, perfectly weighted ball to Harvey. Harvey tries to find French, couldn't work her way around the center back. Throw in coming now for Danville. This Warrior team last year swept the Sagamore Athletic Conference. Went 12-5-2. These two teams played last year. The other end of the county was a 2-1 win for Danville. And that shot will result in a corner. That was Simon that took a blast from outside of the 6, but ricocheted off of a Cascade defender. It's a Danville team that is able to get past their rivals in Tri-West in extra time last year as this ball sent in and Winnikin able to track it down. Danville saw their season end in the regional round against Chittard last year. Throw in taken.
Movement.
Good idea here. Dorsey. Had the teammate calling for it in French. Flag stays down. She'll track it down before it gets to the touchline. Cascade able to send it sideways momentarily. With 16 minutes on the nose left to go in this one. At the end of the day, Cascade going to fall to 5-3. All sent in. Danville will be 7-2-2 on the season. Cascade last year also too was a sectional champ. They beat Greencastle 1-0 in their sectional final last year before losing to Covenant Christian. As we mentioned earlier, these teams will learn whom their postseason foes will be next Sunday night. The pairing show with the IHSAA. Sophie Wilson will check back in when given the opportunity for the Warriors. Dorsey. We'll get it back to Simon. Harvey wants it on the opposite side. And again, that's something that even though Harvey couldn't control that, again, you're playing on turf. That's a little easier ball to bring, or tougher ball to bring down. But that's a good sign for Danville. They're widening the attack a little bit more in this second half. That's good to see. Once the level of competition picks up a bit, that will help them, no doubt about it. Burns, and that'll be a foul. This, frankly, because it's been controlled by Danville, it's been a match that has been not a lot of whistles, and they frankly have not been needed. That was absolutely a foul and the right call. Opportunity here. Sprint by Chittenden, but just at the edge of the 18. And basically, I think the AR is saying that while the keeper was inside of the 18, the ball had not gotten there yet. In other words, that's a ball that should not have been touched with the hands by the keeper. And so with that, from just at the edge of the 18, it's going to be a free kick coming here for Cascade. Take a look on the replay. And the boots were behind the 18, but the ball deemed to have not gotten into the 18 just yet. That was close. But what this does do for Cascade is give them a look here late in the match. Burns has a hit and just lifts it up and over the bar. So nothing comes of it. A second substitution. Alyssa Jones also going to enter this match when given the chance for Danville. I don't think we saw Alyssa in the first half. Harvey knocks it forward. French wins the foot race and just tried to nudge that around the defender, but couldn't get to it in time. Mansfield will come back in now for Cascade. Wilson and Jones in for Danville. Harvey, and that might be it for Harvey tonight with just 12 minutes left to play. And the goal scorer and Watson will both come to the bench as well. And Ane back in there too. as Winsley Dorsey will have a seat.
Go, Jones. I don't think he anticipated that one. Come on,
Myers does just enough to keep that in play.
what was that?
Jones took a tumble, but not enough in it, says the referee. And again, that would have been either a free kick or a penalty, and probably going to try to avoid giving that if at all possible, with Danville enjoying a 4-goal lead with less than 11 minutes to play. And our cameras will be here. And Frankfurt is here for boys soccer on Thursday night. We hope you can join us then. John Herrick and Mark Newman will have the call. We'll have more than that in terms of soccer on the ISC Sports Network, because next Thursday night we'll be taking our cameras to Walter Cross Field in Kokomo. Opportunity here, couldn't get through to Burns. Burns stayed on side, continuing the foot race to get there. And this one back to the keeper, and she'll steer that away. Chittenden will apply some pressure from Cascade. Ava Allen now trying to maintain the attack here for the Cadets. And there's just not been long spells of possession, the attacking third for Cascade tonight. Sophia Adams will re-enter when given the opportunity for the Cadets. Wilson flying down the flank. Got a boot to it, but can't get around the defender. And that one played to the side by McKenna Potters. It gives us a chance to kind of finish that thought before Cascade dictated otherwise. But next Thursday night, there's been a lot of buzz about a young man that you're going to see in the NBA in a couple of years playing high school soccer. That is Flory Badunga. He is playing soccer this year for the Kokomo Wildcats. We're going to take our ISC Sports Network cameras up to Kokomo to bring it to you. Their home finale will be against Carroll of Flora. We'll have that coverage for you next Thursday night at 6 o'clock here on the ISC Sports Network and ISC's social media channels. There'll be a throw-in coming. And now substitutions. Dorsey will come back on for Danville. And Adams returns as well. Adams replacing Reitzel for Cascade. And Dorsey in for Sylvie French. And again, Danville will have the throw in here. Dorsey. Now Jones. Ane has a hit and just slips over the bar. She was that close to a potential brace on the night. And the goal scorers Dorsey, Ane, and Watson. French. Ane. Right pass. That will be a last touch by Cascade, so a corner coming from the far side flag here for Danville. Ane sends it in, and that one is in for a goal. Fantastic. So that goes to Maya French. And the ball by Ane was tremendous. And French does just enough to kind of nudge that one in. That ball was basically trapped between French and Potters. And just kind of, French did a good job of, I'm not sure how much she can even control because it kind of went off her back, but as you could tell, good job by our camera crew to show you that it was not, kind of winged in or armed in. That was a legitimate goal. That was nearly an Olympico from Ane. That's how good the service was. If you're unfamiliar with an Olympico, that's the, oh my goodness, let's hope she is all right. That was a tough tumble that Mansfield took, and thankfully she popped right back up. There's not much ground there between touchline and surface of the track. But yeah, if you score directly off a corner kick like that without it being touched by another player, that's an Olympico. Doesn't happen that often, by the way. It's a 5-goal lead with 5 minutes to play here for Danville. And they'll pick up their 7th win of the season. Ball sent in, and Winnikin will quickly track that down. Five goals allowed by Cascade, their second most of the year. And Monrovia put 6 against them on August 29th. For what it's worth, Monrovia and Danville played to a 1-1 draw on Monday, so a 5-goal deficit, much as Cascade faced against their rivals a few weeks ago. In other words, the Bulldogs got a pretty good team this year. That ball inadvertently played off of Dorsey. Coach Franklin doing a great job of coaching him up. Really enjoyed interacting with him both via email and talking before the match. Very appreciative of our coverage tonight. Again, for that we want to thank Amy Harvey, Director of Athletics at Danville, for rolling out the red carpet for us to be here on a regular basis. Always enjoy our trips out west for those of us that live in the Indianapolis area. Onside. Mansfield just could not track it down. Now Harvey will come back on to close this match out with 3 minutes left to go. Olivia Whitaker will give Mansfield a breather. Mansfield does have 1 goal this season, and that's thankfully she's okay because that was a tough tumble that she took a few minutes ago. But Simon's been really impressive. She's not been challenged with that much along the back line, but in terms of being able to get the ball past defenders, she's been awfully good at that. Wilson just steers it wide. Wilson kind of looking for a capper to the night. We will not spend long in terms of post-game coverage here after this one, because again, Danville has led this one from 30 seconds in. And those of you watching on ISC TV, we will join coverage of Frankfort and Tri-West volleyball immediately following this match. ISC TV available to our Mulberry Telecommunications subscribers and other pockets around the state. We've got a high school sports doubleheader for you on ISC TV. If you're watching via social media or online, just simply look for the latest post from ISC Sportsnet, or look for the Hot Dog Network on ISCSportsNetwork.com, and you can check out volleyball from Case Arena. As we approach 60 seconds left to go in the match. Chance for one last push here for Danville. French, Dorsey. Russell will knock that back to the middle of the park. Simon has a hit. Can't blame the senior for looking for one from distance. Coach Wallace kind of puts her hands up and says, "What was that?" You get a few more liberties as one of the seniors on the team, especially when you're staked to a 5-goal lead in the closing seconds. Winnikin content just to kind of blast this one to the side, knowing that this match is largely at its conclusion. Harvey wants a restart quickly, but it means little at this point. That's it, and that's all. Well, again, for Danville, they led 30 seconds in and were never seriously threatened tonight. Can give Dorsey credit for the first two. Ane gets the third. Watson got the fourth. And Maya French got the fifth and final goal in this one. Cascade falls to 5-3. They'll be in action on Monday. Danville is now 7-2-2. They will play at Covenant Christian coming up on Saturday morning. The next time our ISC Sports Network cameras are here in Danville will be when the boys soccer team plays Frankfurt on Thursday night. Be sure to join us then. For our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Danville. Warriors win in a big way. 5-0 the final. Thanks for watching. Presented by Endeavor Communications here on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.